For more on that, we are being joined by Mr. Pawan Duggal. He's a cyber law expert. Mr. Duggal, thank you so much for speaking to us on CNN IBN. Now, these guidelines are definitely going to bring some relief, but do you somewhere think that that entire Section 66A of the IT Act needs to be completely modified?
I completely agree that Section 66A is a huge black hole. It's the mother of all troubles. Until such time we do not go about actually amending the IT Act, specifically 66A, so as to be in sync with the constitutional protections to free speech under Article 19 of the Constitution, we are not going to have much headway. And the problem is, mere guidelines will not suffice. Even these guidelines, even if they come across, are going to be in direct conflict with the IT Act. The problem is you will have to amend the IT Act because it is an act of Parliament. It can only be amended by an act of Parliament, and clearly any amount of executive guidelines cannot overreach the provisions of the IT Act. And even if these guidelines, even if they come across, they are not going to be of any legal value, because the IT Act says under Section 78 and 80 that only a police officer of the rank of an inspector can register, investigate, arrest any cybercrime related matters. Now clearly, if that's the law of the land and you are saying only for 66A you want an IGP approval, that may not work. You will have to amend the IT Act. And even if you do that, the problem still rises. The problem is in 66A, you're not wanting to touch it, and you're wanting to just give a cosmetic treatment which will not work. You're just trying to fix a leaking roof by putting a band-aid on a rainy season that will just not last.
So you're in fact saying, Mr. Duggal, that the government's guidelines are merely an eyewash?
I believe that these guidelines at best can only be cosmetic. They would run contrary to the IT Act. You will have to make changes under the IT Act, and for that particular reason, till such time the IT Act is not amended, these guidelines will not have any particular relevance, because the IT Act, the Parliament says only an inspector level officer can do this. In your guidelines, which is only subordinate legislation, you are saying no, go back to the IGP, get his approval. Only for 66A. What does that mean? For the rest of the cyber crimes, the inspector is still the man in charge. Obviously there's going to be a disconnect. And if any guideline is going far beyond the scope of the mother legislation, the jurisprudence is all very clear. Such guidelines cannot be enforced and could be struck down as contra or violative or ultra vires the provisions of that particular law, in this case being the Information Technology Act 2000.